Welcome back. Market Mastery, the 1 hour you need to make money in this market. It has been a wild ride. The markets have been absolutely ripping, and we have just been printing money over the last 30 days, give or take. Here's how our SPY options trades have fared. From June 23rd, our calls hit for 143%. The following week, June 30th, our calls hit for 89%. The 7th printed for 60%. The 14th downside puts printed for 88%. Then we flipped, calls hit for 40%. And on the 21st, calls hit for 86%. So we've crushed the SPY. It's been fantastic. Tesla has been finally validating what we've been thinking. NVIDIA is still printing running, as is Robinhood. But today, my children, do I have something fantastic for you. We are going to talk about some new names and some new trades and some new ideas that I think will fare quite well for all of us here. So if you are new to this stream or new to following, please check in, leave a comment in the chat. If you're new, we like sending you free stuff. We like helping you out and getting you squared away. So if you're new, it's in your best interest. And if you'd be so inclined, you want to share this out, I'd appreciate that always. I'm going to go ahead and get this cooked real quick, get this shared out for everybody and get everybody in the door. Okay. Okay, got that going. I gotta get this Twitter to not replay. So beautiful. We got right into the SPY. Let's get right into it because we got a lot to do today. Okay. So let's look at the SPY at large. Again, we are talking about the S&P SPY tracking options. As always, we break down the levels, and you can get these trades sent directly to you every week as well by quite simply following the link in the chat. Victor, welcome, my friend. Welcome. Victor, drop your email in the chat. We're going to send you a little treat. Let's send this man a free 30 days. Let's get him plugged in. Let's get Victor tuned up. We're going to do some giving today. So Victor, drop your email in the chat or join the Discord and send it privately if you're a little hesitant about that, or give us a throwaway email. Drop it in the chat and we can email you a 30-day promo code. Here you go. The link's in the chat, SPY Playmaker, if you want to get these trades sent directly to you. But let's break it down. We have been on nothing but a haul up for the most part. Pretty unbelievable to think about. Back in 2020, this was trading at 237. I mean, this chart, just for illustrative purposes, is just going straight up. So going a little bit deeper, digging a little bit deeper, trying to understand this a little bit further, we have to zoom in a little bit more. So very clearly, you could see that we are starting to bump our heads here and find a ceiling. Now we need to understand if we established a floor or if we need to look a little bit lower. So we always want to be, when looking at these SPY options trades, either the 15-minute or the 30-minute chart, at the very least for confirmation. The 15-minute will do, but the 30-minute is even easier. So you can see that we got a pretty clear trend support continuing on the SPY. Remember, this blue trend line here was what we were following last week, and it's been invalidated. So we can leave it there as a basis for later to understand, okay, this is great. This support is there. So if we fall from here, we know at least where it might go next. That's why I always leave it on the chart. So we're going to leave it there for all intents and purposes today. But we have broken into a new channel to the upside, which tells us that informing fresh new highs today, we can have the expectation that if this trend line maintains, we're going to continue to see upside. So do expect an upside trade to be given on the SPY Playmaker stuff today. Again, that's posted in the Discord. If you do not have access to the Discord, go to our page on WAP and get access right now. This trend line is what I'm going to follow for the here and now on the SPY trades in particular. So again, look in the Discord for the SPY trade specifically, or you can follow the link in the comments posted by the Porterhouse there. That's pbalerts.com/SPY Playmaker. These will be sent directly to you. Nevertheless, the upside trade is going to be favored here, but the downside trade is also very clear, and it'll be very, very, very profitable. So I think these levels are pretty simple and straightforward. Again, we're going to be dropping those in the Discord and on the email list. So get signed up if you don't have access. If you're in premium, do not fret. You already get it. So SPY levels are pretty straightforward. I think you guys are going to get exactly what we're breaking down there when we post that a little bit later. So moving on. And again, for reference. Oh, maybe I could just... I'll drop you a screenshot if you want to see what I'm referencing. This is the ease at which trading SPY options should come to you as a result of taking advantage of following this. Siddhartha, great question. So the question was also great name and one of the best books of all time by Herman Hesse. For the rest of the week, how are we looking bullish? So I think so. I think right now what really piques my interest is just earnings for the week. I mean, above all else, I think having a good temperature check on earnings for the week is going to give you a good barometer on where the market's going to go. So again, we're talking about the SPY here. So this is macro markets at large. This is all the major companies in the S&P. So the major companies upholding the market, right? Driven primarily by tech now. And it's saying, look, we're going up. We're optimistic. We're heading in the right direction. Great. I would say yes, bullish. To answer your question quite simply, we're keeping this trend line. Here was the trend line that we had drawn out for last week, and it's got some legs to it. We dated it back to... when did we date this trend line? Back to April of 2025. So when we can go all the way back to this past April, so what, 3 to 5 months, and draw a trend line over 3 to 5 months and watch it get respected and confirmed over time, that data becomes more valuable because it's been confirmed more times. So that gives us even more bullish sentiment, right? So, but keep in mind though, you have so many factors. There's the whole conversation now, like, is Trump going to push Powell out and then finagle the interest rates and stimulate short-term growth at the cost of long-term value? All those things could happen. So just kind of keep your head on the swivel. But for what we're looking at right here, right now, bullish. And again, those SPY Playmaker trades, to recap, here's just the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 week of just getting these trades I send out. 143%, 89%, 60%, 88%, then 40%, then 86% return. So basically they're averaging about 80% return right now weekly. So the hope is, if I put $1,000 at risk and I get an 80% return, I've made $800 a week. That's what I would try to produce each week with this. So that'll be my goal. So if you don't have SPY Playmaker, again, you could either go to our WAP page at the very bottom, sign up, get in the Discord, get access to the coaching section, which gives you your own trading coach, walk you through everything step by step. then you also get access to these, or you can follow this link on the screen, go get it before it's gone and before we move on. Oh, Kyle, you definitely need to join the Discord, man. You and Pookie will get along real well. You definitely want to look into warrants. It's basically, Kyle, imagine it this way. I'm giving my friends the opportunity to buy more of my stock at a pretty wonderful price, even if it's trading way above that price. So say my friends buy a bunch of my stock at $2, right? And they help me out with cash. I give them $1 million in stock because they give me $1 million cash. But then I also give them $250,000 in warrants. So that person, those are options, right? They can either sell those on the open market for 250 grand, or they can exercise them and buy more of the company at $2 a share, even though it's trading at $4. So you definitely want to understand warrants, because it's basically how the rich help their friends get richer and how they take advantage of you, the everyday retail investor that just is trying to make some good decisions and put a little money in their pocket for doing a little extra work and enjoying a nice life. That's what we're here to do. So if you want to learn how to do that, we'll show you how to do that. It's very simple. It's very straightforward. It just requires a little bit of time. A couple hours a week, you'll be squared away. You'll be fine. That's all it takes. So don't beat yourself up for it. You didn't know. Get in the Discord, talk to Pookie. He'll explain it to you in an insane way and he'll explain to you, you'll know warrants better than a banker. And by the time you're done. So anyway, as always, I am a whore for Tesla. I wasn't going to say Elon. That sounded bad because I'm not an Elon fanboy, but Tesla is just hell of an opportunity. So here we are again, this golden line right here, 308. Let's get the chart up so you know what the hell I'm talking about. Let's just zoom out here on the 4 hour. Hey, Kyle, you know what? Let's hook Kyle up. Hook Kyle up with a 30% off if he wants to sign up. Hook up my man Kyle. Kyle, I want you to learn. You're good stuff. I like this guy. You're gonna do good. You're gonna do just fine. Get in there and learn. So Kyle, if you want, join the Discord, message either Pookie or Porter. You'll see them in there, and they'll send you a 30% off if you want to jump in, grab a coach. But either way, jump in the free section, just start chatting and learning. That's the key. Yeah, get to the Discord group. J-Wag be telling you the truth. He's telling you the way. So again, I just want to zoom out here and just take perspective for a second, right? Remember what we talked about? That was from last week. We're really just focused on this right here. 308, give or take. We need that to hold. If that doesn't hold, then this is just going to take a lot longer, and I don't want that to happen. We're seeing a really strong move off of 308. And then I go to the weekly and I see these beautiful little baby bars right here. Look at these cute little baby bars right here. Somebody tell me what these cute little baby bars mean. What do these little itty bitty babies mean? These cute little babies right here. What are these little guys? What do they represent? These cute little bars. Come on, somebody can guess it. What are those cute little guys? What are those little guys? Those cute little guys. That's a setup. So it's an adaptation of a 2 inside bar setup, basically. So what you want to see on the chart is this. So anytime you get this on a weekly chart, I want to be really large time frames here. I don't want to apply this to the small. This is not going to work on a 15-minute chart. It's just not. You're not going to day trade. This is not a setup I would use for that personally. I want to see consolidation first and foremost, right? Which we don't have a ton of. We have it here, but we don't have a ton up here. We have a little bit. So we're here on the weekly, right? And you got these two little baby inside bars that are inside of this big old mother candle right here. That's a small version of it, right? And then you have the same thing here. These little inside bars getting trapped in this volatility. And then you have these gaps that are right here too. So basically what's happening is the volatility is compressing, right? So it's becoming less volatile. But when you put chaos in a bottle and you shake it, what happens? What happens? Has anyone ever put hot water in a bottle and shook it up? Like steaming hot water? What happens? Come on. No, I don't know. You did not just reference the video you just referenced. And all the sad, broken people of the internet that know it too. Come on, you guys. Exactly. It expands, it explodes, right? Or think of it like the Mentos in a Coke bottle. That's the same thing that's happening here. You want to see this tightening. And I love this right here. Pressurizes. Craig Davis, correct. Thank you. Carrie, correct. Expands, explodes. Good. Crushing it. Craig, you look new. I like that. I like that little hat you got there in your icon, like a little Robin Hood hat or something like that. I like it. Nice to meet you, Craig. But correct, pressurizes. Like this is the pressure building. And seeing these two little inside bars tells me that buyers wanted to be present, but they weren't willing to really go yet. And the sellers, although they tried, didn't have the muster to drive us down. This was a pretty big volume day on Monday. This was the opportunity for the sellers to win. They didn't. So the sheer fact that you're getting these two inside bars is, to me, indicative that pressure's building here. Pressure's building with the upside being favored. Again, favored, not guaranteed, favored. Keep this in mind. Write this in your journal. Scratch it into your forehead. I don't give a shit what you have to do. The outcomes can be measured and they can be speculated upon. They can never be guaranteed. If anyone that has anything to do with anything in life ever gives you a guarantee, you can rest assured of a specific outcome. You can rest assured that it's bullshit. A guarantee that, you'll gain an understanding. Okay. But a guarantee that this trade is going to go to this price and it's going to make this money by like, dude, get the fuck out of here. I can tell you, hey, there's a statistical outline. There's an outlying statistical probability that says this trade could hit this band of volatility within this time frame. That's realistic. That's realistic. And the good ones in the market can do that, right? Like that's what we do all the time when we're here together every week. So that's what we got for Tesla, and it's making me very optimistic. Very optimistic. Again, I'm long from $140 a share, and I'm still holding. I'm not worried about tomorrow as much as I'm not worried about 3-4 years from now, unless anything in the execution or the overall pipeline of Tesla changes. I'm good to go. I see some mention of Robin. Who did earnings? Earnings was that today? Or is that tomorrow? Yeah, this is still cooking. Remember, we defined the breakout at 84, and it's printed 42% even from then. God, this has been an unbelievable trade. So remember, guys, we were buying this at $8, right around here. So $8-9. Here we are, 10x. Congratulations. Seriously. So Siddhartha, okay, this is good. Thank you for volunteering this. This is fantastic. So you have a small account. Walk me through this. You want to you're looking for the 13 calls, so very, 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 so short time frame to expiration, right? On those options. You have 2 weeks, barely. It is options with 2 weeks expiration plus Tesla volatility, plus you're talking about a leveraged Tesla product, plus leveraging a leveraged product, plus doing all of that into earnings. So the reason I was trying to articulate all the steps was to kind of drive the point home that, like, if we have to go through all that, it's not the right trade. That's too many variables. It's too much. And again, we want to take the most defined outcomes that are the most straightforward, and we want to make sure that we take the path of least resistance to the best outcome that fits the conditions that we need them to fit, right? Because like if I want a stock that's going to make that's no one thinks like this in early on, but you should. What stock is going to take this $100 and turn it into 200 in less than a year? People are just saying, how do I make money? Well, how much? Because when you answer that question of how much, then I can actually tell you, here's the strategies that I use when I'm trading in that way, or that's my goal or outcome that I'm looking for. So I say this out of love, Siddhartha. Join the Discord, get in there, get a coach. Don't do whatever you're about to do with these Tesla options. Just don't do that. You don't need to lose the money. Don't give it to a market maker to sell you an option to screw you over. That's their whole job. Keep in mind, their whole job is making money off of screwing you over. See, that's why I personally, I'm not trying to plug the business. That's why I love our business model. It's predicated upon successful students. Should you join us and learn how to do this and make money, you stay with us. You're a good customer. We win because you keep paying and you're making money. Or you see the finish line. Maybe it takes you a while. Again, remember, you're learning a skill that will print money the rest of your life. It takes you 5 years. It takes you 5 years. Who cares? You join that. If you see the finish line, you see other people completing that goal and doing what you want to do, and they look just like you, maybe have the same situation as you, and then they do it, now you believe it's possible. The community has its own value, right? But the point is, don't give your money to a rich guy that laughs about how he screws you over on a trade that I wouldn't take for what it's worth, and put that money into you. You deserve the investment. Like you do. You deserve the investment. You're deserving. Give it to yourself. You deserve it, so just do it. You already deserve it. Just do it. Invest in yourself. Learn how to do it. You'll make tons of money. Like just do that, dude. Coffee just makes your mouth drier. It makes it worse. It doesn't make it better. And it's black coffee because I didn't want to get up and put creamer in. Because I just didn't want to get up. I didn't want to walk. Didn't want to interrupt the stream. That's Kim. Weeble leaps. Whoa. Wow. So, Siddhartha, I hope that I'm not trying to not answer your question. I'm not going to give you an answer that you're going to hurt yourself with either. I hope that is of a shared understanding. That to me, that's respect. Is if I give you some harebrained trade idea that you're going to go hurt yourself on, I'm not going to contribute to that. I'd much rather teach you and put you in position to be a monster that just prints money. That's what I'd like to do. Oh, thank fuck. Both, honestly. I'm fucking so thirsty. Thank you. That's sweet. Awesome. Coconut water. Of course, dude. Mm-hmm. All right. SMCI eating 60 today. Whoa, didn't know that. Let's take a little pixie poo. Oh my God. Wow. Cooking. So the big thing with this that I would pay very close attention to is really just right here. This is kind of all you need to know about SMCI. Oops. Oh, we're gonna talk about SMCI, Tavi. I didn't forget. John asked a really interesting question. You know what? Fuck it, Porter. We're gonna juice them up. So we've actually built some tools, John, for exactly this. So one of them is Stocks Buddy. So this thing is majestic. So look at it on the weekly. Like, look, it called out SMCI. I missed it, so that sucks. But like this, for example, is this is the beginnings of using it. Again, it's not at the point of machine learning, but this is as far as like quality computing driven on top of like just very intelligent strategy, which we built, this thing is better than anything I've ever seen. I know at least 10 professional bankers at top 10 firms that use this every day. Like I should be selling this. We should be selling this. Anyway, so for example, it called out already the bullish signal on SMCI. It did it back in May. It called the bullish signal at 33. It's gone 77% since then. It also then, holy shit, it predicted the first run too. Few bullish signals, but the one that was validated was this one. It ran 349%. So Stocks Buddy would do that. Again, we could, we can, the domain is simple. I'll just put it in for you. It's just, I think it's just stocksbuddy.com. If you want to check that out. And then the other one we built is actually an interactive GPT model that I'm actually going to share with you guys, just because today I'm just feeling generous. Craig, correct. Stocks Buddy is laid upon TradingView. So you just have to link it to your TradingView account. And yes, sir. So yeah, I just dropped in the chat the GPT link. Definitely grab that. Like that GPT will blow your fucking mind. That'll tell you exactly where your inefficiencies as a trader are, while it also helps you formulate the plan as to what do I do from here. And it's built on a lot of the background knowledge from our Discord and the trading education program that we put together. But the GPT will change your life. So get it. It's free for now. I'm not charging anything. I just want to get people to use it, and I want to test it. And all I ask, you're going to get it for free. All I ask is that you just give us feedback. Like, what did you like? What didn't you like? Tell us what was beneficial, what wasn't. Please do. I'll show you guys real quick. It's pretty cool. So it just first gets a couple of questions about you from the market. So let's be honest here. What's my current relationship with the market? I would say now it's very strategic in the long term, but I still feel anxious. Let me get his question up there. I still feel anxious. Opportunities. Sorry, I'm just trying to answer this honestly so that we can actually measure the feedback and understand if it's actually good or not. And I'd also give it, again, the more you give it, the better it'll be. Okay. So what is the number one thing holding you back right now? I would just say time. Have you taken the trading archetype quiz? That's the banger. That's where your mind really gets blown. So again, simple answers. You'll see by the way this speaks to you and breaks things down. This is very different than, like, you can't just go into ChatGPT and get this. We had to curate a huge knowledge base, a custom knowledge base to feed to this thing, so that it didn't give you answers that are off the rails. So when I see a stock spike 20 a day, you know, it's interesting. So look, I've been doing this for 8 years. Holy shit. So Siddhartha, no, Stocks Buddy is not free. But here's the deal. Pookie or Porter, somebody, I'm gonna juice everybody. I see a lot of people from YouTube. I love that. You guys are like actually asking questions. So hell yes. We're gonna hook everybody up. Hey, Pookie, let's give everybody 30% off the coaching, and then give everybody a 30-day stocks buddy too, like a trial. Let me write this in the chat. So join the Discord and then create a support ticket or a join. Fuck, I had to look at what it actually is. Once you get in the Discord, we're going to send you all this stuff. That's the only way we can manage it. So, yeah, I'm Craig. I'm gonna juice you, Craig. I like you. I like you, Craig. I like you. Seriously, you guys are asking questions. Like, this is all I ever want is like people to give a shit and like give me something to work with. What do you actually want to learn? Like, I already know how to do this. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? What do you want to learn? Like, I'm here because I believe that the more people know how to do this, the more control retail has over the market, and thus the more predictable it'll be. So I have a long game in mind that I think the high tide raises all boats. So, but I appreciate it. So we're going to juice you up. So we're going to do 30-day. We'll do 30 days stocks buddy free, and then 30% off 1 month coaching. So after you do the trader archetype quiz and you understand what type of trading makes the most sense for you, then we assign you to a coach that has specialized in your specific style of trading that fits in your life, in your lifestyle, right? So let's keep working through this just so you can see this. Craig, that GPT will break you down. Like that, it can go so much deeper. That it's built. So just for those that don't know, I built a model for I get sober almost 9 years ago. I built a model for people with mental health, behavioral health issues, substance abuse, yada yada. So I built a model specialized in mental health. Most of the base layer pieces of the model you're talking to are that. So it is extraordinarily empathetic and deeply insightful with a very deep knowledge base of depth psychology. So it can be a mirror to look through yourself if you want it to be. And I would suggest you do. It'll benefit you in every way of your life, in every aspect of your life. All right. So when I see it, you know what's interesting? So I'm reading this question. When I see a stock spike 20% in a day. Oh, good. We can do the questions like this. All right. So when you see a stock spike 20% in a day, I would have told you like, oh, I don't care. I'm not going to chase it. I won't. So I already know that. I'm disciplined enough not to chase it. But here's the answer I didn't anticipate. Here's what's cool. So this thing will rotate the questions and based on how you answer the initial questions, it's going to learn from you. So it must have learned from me. And it's asking me questions based on what it expects my experience level to be based on my answers. So it's like there's no limit to this as much as there's a floor. So what I'm saying though is I do regret not being in those stocks, and I beat the shit out of myself all the time going like, dude, you should have saw that coming. I didn't even realize a way in which negativity had rooted itself deeply in my trading still. It was still deep in my head. Holy shit. I didn't even see it. So that's why using stuff like this is so valuable. You have to see the value in this. I've been doing this for almost a decade, and that question just shook me. So the answer is C. Oh, my trading journal. See, it assumes that it's detailed. The journal. Well, I evaluate my P&L. That's a trade. That's much a trading journal. We'll call it inconsistent entries. 3 biggest emotional trigger while trading. All right, which one would you guys answer on this one? Biggest emotional trigger while trading. What's your guys' answer? Is it A, fear of missing out, B, taking a loss, C, doubting my system when it underperforms, and D, getting bored and forcing trades? What would be the answer for you guys? Again, FOMO, taking a loss, doubting my system, or getting bored and forcing trades. Cool says forcing trades. Tammy said taking the loss is too hard. Siddhartha said fear of missing out. 100%. I would say for me, I'm just gonna give my answer, doubting my system when it underperforms, even though it's performed exceptionally. All right, we got some more answers. John, Answered B, taking a loss. Kenny Penny, what's up, baby? Doubting my system when it underperforms. I love we got some YouTube people here. YouTube people are the good people. Get in the Discord, guys. You see a lot of these names, Cools, Kenny Penny, Tammy's, a lot of these people. They've been with us for literally years, 4 or 5 years. We've all become friends, family, if you will. So I hope you guys join us. Asoya Davis said B, taking a loss. Agree. Honestly, how do you say all of the above? All right. How do you approach risk per trade? Fixed percentage or R multiple? I manage risk with a 1-to-3 risk to reward ratio. Every $1 in needs to offer at least $3 out, and the risk no more than 10%. Okay. Oh, nice. Darta jumped in, baby. Yeah. Jump in the Discord and just do. There's a support channel, or go in the free chat and just say, "Hey, I need some help with stocks, buddy," and we can get you set up. So everybody that's on this stream, again, I love that you guys are talking and asking questions, and so we're gonna just give some shit away. Why not? We're gonna do a free month of Stocks Buddy, the ultimate indicator. I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars using it. I'll just tell you that straight away. Called Nvidia below $20. Nvidia's at 160. All the big names. It's called them out. It is built on data and strategy, and it does not leave room for emotion, which is why it is flawless and is my mortal enemy. And I will defeat it. I will defeat him one day. He won't see it coming. I'm going to unplug him. All right. If you had your strategy, had a drawdown month means, hey, this month it's really red and it's not performing how it usually performs. Stick with it, journal review, try tweaking, scale back size, take a break. I think I would. Sorry, I'm just trying to tell you that. I'm just trying to give it the actual answer so that we can actually test this validity. I think it would honestly detach and just, I don't care if there's typos. We're just going to let it correct itself. Detach and dissociate a bit because of the discomfort, but hopefully eventually address it after the pain is enough. Okay. So look at how much I had to type. That took us, 5 minutes? And I was bullshitting back and forth. 1, 2, 3, like 6 lines of text. And look at this, the emotional escape artist with a touch of overanalyzer. You're not reckless, you're not impulsive, you're strategic, but the game is internal. You're long-term focused, data aware, and protective of your capital, but you unconsciously avoid emotional pain by retreating from it instead of facing it head on. When trades underperform or systems hit drawdown, you intellectually understand it, but emotionally it still shakes your core. FOMO shows up not because you're greedy, but because your system requires patience and the market tempts you with the illusion of faster. FOMO shows up not because you're greedy, but because your system requires patience and the market tempts you with the illusion of faster. Dissociation under comfort, mislearning loops, agreed. Inconsistent review habits, 100%. Loose feedback is loose growth. So think of it this way. Like, if you don't give structure to something, imagine you're trying to build a tower of Jello. If the outside structure isn't quite firm, it's not really going to stand up very tall now, is it? I'm the Jello. I need the structure. Because my people want tall Jello. Tall Jello tower. Subtle fear of inefficiency. You don't fear losses. You fear the emotional weight they carry. So you strategically delay post-trade reflection with blocks compounding growth. Fuck you, dude. Oh, okay. Compliment. I like that. Give me a compliment. Okay, now we're back in business. I like this again. I didn't like what it did before, but now it's speaking a little more honestly, a little more truthfully. Elite tier mindset, long-term operating test from high field trades, honest introspection. Oh, well, God, that made me feel like I'm completely lying to myself. That was a bit of a loop there emotionally. Review loop, subtle tension. Okay. And then here's where it gets beautiful. Look at that. So type a 1 in the chat if this would benefit you. If you want this, you want this right now. Like, tell me this wouldn't change everything. Think about how easy it could be. Then you can literally log your trades with this. Just type them in or voice to text. Shit. I'll tell you, as someone with ADHD, voice to text is the only reason I have notes in certain areas. So imagine if you could feed this thing now all your trades. But there's no way it could do that. There's no way. There's no way it could do all that. There's no way it could give you a total blueprint. Incorporate 20% more risk. So let's just tell it, I want you to build the whole thing. So because it knows me, because I've completed the trader's archetype quiz, it knows me. So now it can build around me a structure that can sustain me. So what it's saying for me is that I should really just focus on large cap and high liquidity options using the daily or 1 hour for entries, which is what I already do. So it's correct, is why I wanted to put in true information. It's correct. Setups, 3 max. I can follow 4 a day. So even this, look how close it is. I think I can track, maybe I can't. I don't know. I mean, it's bullshit. I think I can track 4 setups a day. But even so, it said 3. Look how close that is. And you know what's ironic? Earnings momentum breakouts is like my thing. It doesn't know that about me. So this is what I'm trying to tell you. I fed it like 8 lines of text, and it just told me that the best strategies for me are the strategies are the exact strategies that took me 8 years to figure out I needed to do. Because I didn't know my personality well enough to understand what type of trading and what style of investing actually fit me. Because it's not a one size fits all type situation. Unfortunately, these pants are not one size fits all. They are custom tailored for everyone. God, I crushed that. I can't even tell you how refreshing that was. Oh boy, it's still cold. Base to breakout. It was basically like a bottom consolidation breakout, which is also one of my top strategies. Look how cool that is. So I then asked it to totally change my strategy by adding 20% more risk. And so it did. Came up with the exact plan, base risk per trade. And even said, look, dude, your risk reward is already pretty out there. It's pretty risky. So let's figure out how to do this the right way. We don't need to, it basically told me, look, we don't really need to do more. But if you want to do more, here's a low risk way to do it. 1% of my account per trade. And then it says 1.2%. So additional 20% is optional if, and then it says, here's what I'd look for. It tells you exactly what to look for. And then tells you exactly how you can execute it with a straightforward plan. So for me, it's 3 setups max. Visualize the execution. Very important for me to see the chart. Confirm the setup, emotional state, green light. And that's probably good. Breath work would be good. No tab switching. I'm terrible. I'm going to disappear. So that's what happens. I've lost probably $50,000 because of my tabs, where a trade hit or didn't or was falling apart, and I went to another tab, couldn't find the tab, dude. Like, how bad is that? I've lost thousands of dollars because I couldn't find a tab on my computer. That shouldn't happen. So let's think about it. Now imagine you can't find a tab on your computer and you lose $1,000 and you go, I just suck at trading, and you quit. That means I would have quit trading 5 years ago. Made hundreds of thousands of dollars in the last 5 years. Has everyone seen that meme? Like there's a picture on the top, picture on the bottom, and the guy's digging in a mine, and he's starting out, and he gets right to the end. You can see the diamonds right on the other side, and he quits. Don't quit before the miracle happens. If I would have quit, can you imagine? So, because you have this tool, you don't have to suffer the same fate that many others do, wherein they have one bad trade and there's no support. So you feel like a piece of shit. So you just quit. So you're like, wow, I'm an asshole. I just wasted $500 when my kids would have loved to have gone on a trip. That's what's going to happen. And you'll feel like a terrible person. And you're not a terrible person. You made a stupid mistake because you didn't have the right information. Now you do. So that means there's a chance, right? And if you have this framework, a flexible plan that as long as you talk to it, it'll build a plan for you and around you. And even then give you rules for how you should conduct yourself emotionally. Can you imagine? And then, hey, this is how you should track it so that you know you're not full of shit. Here's the 5-6 things you should track. And then let's just say, hey, yeah, look, I don't know how to do this. And then I'm going to feed it the SPY Playmaker trades. And how cool is this, Mike? So results from, so this is going back to the 23rd of June. You were exclusively SPY options trades. Okay. So we decided, you know what? I'm not going to build anything. So you go build it for me. And then I told it what to build. And look, it's building it for me. So again, there is no excuse. There is no reason. There is no justification that this can't be done and that you can't do it yourself. Because I'm an idiot that just knows how to talk to a computer. And so are you. So you can do it too. And then look at this. It wants to help assign an emotion to this so that I understand what was actually going on with these trades, right? Because you need to understand your emotional state with the wins as much as the losses, because you can have 2 or 3 big wins and then you walk away with 1 or 2 losses and you burn all of those wins for the day because your confidence got a bit too big. Or you should feed these in ChatGPT. It makes a nice little table. So the sum, let's ask it what the sum. Remember, ChatGPT is fantastic with numbers. Computers are great with numbers. So let's say you started out with $150 and you just took these trades week after week. That means that since you would have started on the 23rd of June, you started with 150. If you just took these, period. Wait, did it fuck up the principal for this one? Why does it say 360? Oh, because it's too high. Because the principal, yeah. Nevertheless, even if you estimated a flat principal, again, at an average 80% return, it's crazy. You've doubled your money. It's not going to be 1,000. I don't know why I said that, but you've basically doubled your money. It's crazy. Now, if you scaled up the trades, then you would have done 10x. All right, so we did all that talking today. I wanted to show you this and walk you through just the value of using it and how it works and how valuable it can be, and just kind of show you a little bit of truth behind it, because I did it with information that is pretty accessible to everyone here. Like, you can go confirm all these trades to prove they're real because we post it. So that way you could see that this thing really works and that it offers you a ton of benefit. Again, I dropped the link in the chat. Go to the Discord. That's where I'm going to drop it from now on. I'm going to just probably put it there. I should have done that from the beginning because it's a lot easier to help. It's a lot easier to send it to people and help them actually use it and take advantage of it that way than sending it on a stream and then you guys don't have anyone to ask. So I don't want that. But let's pull these charts back up for a little bit of smash or pass. So here's the game here. You drop a ticker that you are looking at right now. And all we do is, with a quick 30-second look, it's smash or pass. We either want to crush it and it's beautiful and we just want to taste, or we just don't want anything to do with it. Or, hey, this could be a great booty call for later, and we look at it for down the road. So let me get this pulled back up here for you and we'll get into it. This was fun. So drop the tickers in the chat and we'll cover those. And additionally, I would love it if you guys had fun and this was a good stream and you guys will come back next week, type of 1. If you felt like this isn't something that would benefit you to watch every week, type of 0. All I want is honesty. If you do type of 0, then tell us, what would you want to see? Like, what would benefit you? What are you looking for? What actionable information do you need to make money? So again, a 1 if you felt like you got something valuable here and you'd come back next week. 0 if you're like, hey, I just don't see the value, but I would love it if you guys talk more about blah. Again, I'm here for you, man. I know how to make money. My goal is to make sure you know how to, because then we all have more power. Okay. So we got our chart pulled up here. We never quite wrapped up SMCI. Bullish stock split, he called it. For SMCI, I would target 62 here, and I would watch that level. If it breaks 62, then this thing could go to 70, even $90. If it gets rejected, then I think it's just going to stick right around this $50 level. I'd be a buyer at 50 if it holds. So that's how I feel about SMCI. I'll give you a quick smash or pass there. So we're going to get shop pulled up from my man Siddhartha here. This is a banger, Siddhartha. This is how I know this is how I know this is where you were meant to be. We were meant to meet today. It is kismet, my friend. Mother Kali has delivered. Here we are. So we were buying Shopify at $33 bucks. So I want you to be in the position where you're like, damn, I'm up 400%. This is crazy. Not, damn, I wish I would have known that I should have bought Shopify. So I want to get you in there, my boy. You're going to do just fine. So again, remember, this printed to 172 back in 2021, found our lows. It is currently cooking. Watch their earnings and forward guidance closely. If they're not growing, this thing is going to slow down quickly. But for all intents and purposes, things are looking pretty optimistic for us. Again, we're holding from a $30 cost average. Shopify is the market leader. I don't see a world in which they don't continue to grow or get acquired by someone big enough to acquire them, such as a multi-$100 billion conglomerate like an Amazon and such. So, hey, sweetie, I'm just wrapping up my live stream. I'll be off in 6 minutes. Love you. Bye. Sorry, it's my wife. I try to always answer the telephone. So shop is a smash for me, dog. This is something I'm going to keep revisiting every week. This is somebody I want to have over all the time. But again, watch this trend line. It's critical. If you don't follow us on TradingView, just go at Pennyboys on TradingView. We publish these charts. So if you want us to publish our charts, again, this one's pretty empty, but like, I'm always publishing these charts that, oh, this one's pretty empty. Sorry, I don't look at Apple much. But for example, Tesla, we already know that. Charts with our analysis, each levels, hey, I'm buying here, I'm buying here. So if you don't follow us on TradingView, make sure you do, because that's where we publish these charts. We publish our charts so you can see them. Brooker. Interesting. Tammy, what the hell is this? Oh, this is the only thing. Is this right here? Oh, I don't like that. It's the only thing. It's so good though. God, it just looks so. Look at that bottom feeder, dude. All right, bam, beautiful little channel. This is fantastic. This is getting a smash. Porter, write this down. We're gonna look deeper. One that I bought today. EQS. Look at this. This is a screener pop. Okay, look at that. Tell me we are not going to make a ton of money on this. I think this thing is crisp because there's so many options. This thing has just been algo traded and there's something brewing. I don't know if it's like being tickled around as like a treasury play. I don't know. Something is afoot. And I bought a couple thousand shares at like $1.50 today. And I think I'm going to buy some more on the breakout. But like, I love this level above 146. That is crisp. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that beauty. I would even go right there. Boom. That's kind of how I'm going to trade this right there. So 136 is probably going to be a stop out. So I'm risking what, 13 cents? So 10%. Look at that. 10% to make 50. Okay. Oh boy. We're risking 1 for 5 this time. That's even better. Let's say we might be able to increase the risk. But for now, I like where we're at for now. So I am gonna I put it in wrong. So I'm smashing this one hard. I already bought this bad boy today. I meant to put this in the Discord. I totally forgot. It's EQS, right? Not ESQ. Was it chart in there? All right. So you guys actually got the exclusive here on the live stream. You heard it first, but it is now published in the Discord for everyone. Again, we're ripping out swing trade ideas like this all day, every day. I got to give Mr. Stocklock Profits a quench there. His swing trade watch list has clapped all day, every day. So again, if you're not in the Discord, the link's at the bottom. Get in there and follow these swing trades just like this, where we're walking you through. I'm buying here. This is where I'm going to end the trade. This is my stop loss. This is my target. This is what I like about the chart. This is what I think is brewing. You're basically getting access. It's an analyst in your pocket that sends you little messages that hopefully make you money. So EQS is going to get a smash there. I don't see many more. Siddhartha asked, do you think I could buy one stock and go for a 170 target? I don't even know what that means. So, but I will tell you, the fact that you're asking, my friend, again, join the Discord. You will find all the information you're looking for and more all there waiting for you, my friend, and a lot more friends than you would have ever thought that you could make just trading stocks in a Discord group. I'll tell you that much will also be true. So that was a banger. One more quickly to just look at. It's shit. Who ate them? Who bought it? Who bought Rocket? God damn it. I keep forgetting. Where does Kittens? No, shit. Oh, CXM, John, I got you. Sprinkler. What in the hell is this, John? What are you bringing me, John? What is this? Oh, John. Oh, this chart. John, I don't know you, my friend, but I feel like you know me because this setup is like, this is exactly what I'm looking for in life. So do you know me? Do we know each other? because this is like you went inside my brain. And he said, yes, this is the one. And I agree. Couldn't agree more. Look at the setup. You guys are coming correct today. What the hell does this company do? Look at that. Kaboom. Easy money. What does this company do? I have no idea what they do. Do they make sprinklers? Either way, this is a technical setup that's crisp. You got a lot of gappage here. You got a lot of gap fill opportunity here. This thing could go this thing could be pretty interesting. But keep in mind, if it goes below this $9.30, like this thing's a dog and it's going to die. So I wouldn't touch it below that. It's a breakout, Momo breakout only is how I would trade this. So, all right, software and IT. I love y'all. I got to get these SPY trades out for our lovely folks over here. If you don't have access to those, join the Discord to get it. We are posting those every week. Again, those have hit week after week for many, 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 many weeks in a row. And the Traders Archetype GPT is in the Discord. So jump in so you can get it. The link's across the bottom. As always, thank you for coming. I love y'all. Stay blessed now. Ta-ta.